Welcome to the Open Studio. Charles Nimrod Chintu
and Tony Blender
making the debate of the discussions today. We are going to be looking at a lot of things. One, various sports are going to be tackled today, and then vital issues to be discussed amongst ourselves today. Brenda, there is a version of the event that are moving on into the country. One, the Uganda Cup is rolling. Round of 32 now has marked 28 teams to be played, only 4 teams to go.
Yeah.
And I think that version will give us the best of 2025-2026 champions.
Yeah. True.
Again, on the same calendar, we are seeing the Super League is at a low temp, where we only account for one game that is missing into the big debacle, that is Chitara versus Vipers. There would be game played, not yet decided, and now the technical chair will have to give us a version over that issue. That's another topic to discuss too. Then the referees are transiting from the gradings and then our awardings of the badges. It is also with a good run and reputation. I think this time we are fighting to see if we can have a referee on the top notch of the country or the world, as Masembe and Tom Sangi did some decades back into the game. Away from that, we shall be looking at the school's calendar is rolling down. Today our schools are marking 3-4 days into the edition, having started their 2026 academic year, where we look at a lot of things to be done into this one. Brenda, there is a version that is incomplete in the school's calendar that we need to find out. All right, this February, moving on with, they will be having the USSA Elite Games scheduled to be into the Central Region. Then we have various other games to be played. The calendar is out, and capacity building scenarios also moving on to Elite and give people a notch into what is being moving on into the games. Now the version comes, and the question running around is one: what trend are we facing in maintaining, consolidating, and keeping the pride of the game? Because remember, these are the bottom line, that grassroots of all the sports in the developing country. You see, recently Dr. Rukari said the schools being around, it means Uganda will have the flag always on top. Obviously giving us that best, all the athletes to the national setup are coming down from the schools prodigy. Now we are facing it. Are we going to have a better than the 2025 version? What is your take into the games, and what do we look at to find the best of the best? Your take will give us one, an advice to the organizer, which I think by surprise you are part of them. Then two, we shall have a version that the fans are expecting to see a bigger and a better organized version of the games this year. Remember, from 1992 to now, it's 34 years down the road, which I think it is arguably a good mark of the age.
True. Yeah, thank you so much. Of course, when we come to secondary schools and first term, all of us know, and the whole public knows, it's a term for sports. Co-culture activities. Let's talk about co-culture activities. And basically, of course, sports as football is the one which highlights, is a major sport that is followed by very many people. As we are saying, USSA games, people always go to stadiums, people go to playgrounds, trying to see the talent of the young people. Exciting games. And I want to applaud every region right now. They're having schools, proprietors who have injected a lot of money, ensuring that their schools, they take a bigger share of advertisement and also being followed by the public. We talked about the president of Uganda Olympic Committee, that is Dr. Rukari. They know that in schools, if sports is developed in schools, automatically that is the nursery bed for the talent of the young people. Be it swimming, because for him he's the president of swimming, be it volleyball, be it netball, the girls football. Where we are now, at least this side is the only school that has represented, giving people in this region a lot of joy when they are watching these young girls play football. And also the boys, as you're saying, where we are sitting right now, we talk about the infrastructure itself. It's the first of It's the first of its kind in this region. That means if we didn't have the sports in schools, we could not be having such facilities. But back to what we're saying, what has USSA brought on board? Very many people, as you're saying, if you put back in 1992, how were the secondary school games, right? You could see Masechula people, very old men.
Yeah, I don't believe that because one,
yes,
the record is still.
Yes.
1992, when you look at the teams that were playing the initial games in fact 1990, these games started 1987.
87.
And now the 3 years following,
yes,
that's when we give birth to Coleses winning it in a 3-year consecutive.
Yes.
And then Chivoli gets enough of it.
Yeah, they were the ones.
And then bounces back. The challenge came from Chivoli compared to, Coleses took 87, 88, 89.
Yep.
That marks them, the 3 years they have on the accolade. And they one of the founding schools that had no official into the committee, had no pillar into the management of the game, but only had the games teacher and the winning team. So that is the only record that Coleses is still maintaining. But the rest of the other schools that have been participating to this, you win because one of them is an official.
Is an official. Yes, as we're saying.
So now, from 1980 to now, people claim that they were strong, they are Masechula. No. I remember Jackson Mayanja. If you give a break of Jackson Mayanja, even up to now, Mayanja is one of the small-sized medium bodies into the game that scares nobody.
True.
It was only the talent that scared people off.
Like the Magumbas of those days.
Yes. Magumba from Kampala SS to Buko SS. I think these were tiny boys, but with the brilliance into the game.
Big brains.
So now, it's like today. It is okay. There were some big players, athletes by the time, but I believe school games are rolling on in the same format from the initial age of the start of in 87 to now. We have the same challenges. The big players, average players like that. So I don't take it that we're having big players.
Yes, the point I was talking about. If you compare, I think also the times have changed. The regulations have come on board. Because right now secondary school games are about under 20, right? And it's very strict. So when you get a picture of the theoretically, right? And also when you look at the physique, the point of physique, if you get a team, the defending champions right now, a team of Vudo SS, the defending champion, you look at their size, right? Those years, I don't think they could even fit in the team.
That's what I was telling you, that when it comes to the technique and the antic of the game, like 1987, you starting the game, today, you'll find the same syndrome is moving on. The best team has to come and win the edition,
the game,
not the quality of the players you have. It is only the tactical approach that you have used. You're winning the game because from the early days of, let's assume now, from the Coleses of the Jackson Mayanja, George Nsimbe, that their era of playing and the era today, the brilliance of the game, every team with the brilliancy has to win the edition of that day.
Yeah, you're very right. Then I will basically focus more this side. If you look at the list of the defending champions, you have Kolole SS, 4 years there, Kivuli SS comes in. Then it was more of Central. Then around there, we also had Ginger SS this side. And now, when we talk about football, USSA games, Eastern region is well represented.
But the first challenger was St. Leo's College Chegobe. 1997, winning the edition and moving it to Western. And then the second team that came up to grab it was Ngabo Academy from Barara.
From Barara, yes.
Yes, that is also another part of the team. So the next team to grab it was, I think, Ginger.
Ginger SS.
The record has that.
The record has that.
But you see, it is that what I still stick to that. The best organized setup has to win it. Ngabaka, St. Leo's College Chegobe, having switched, Father Ryan having switched the late, having switched from St. Leo's College to Fort Porto, under the transaction of the brothers having transferred him. He went off with the same paper to St. Leo's College Chegobe.
True.
Because now, 1996 in Masaka edition, St. Leo's College was one of the best teams in that very tournament.
Yes, in the tournament.
The 97, having switched to St. Leo's College Chegobe, he had 70% of the team and the techniques switching to Chegobe. Finally, this time, He lost to the semi-final, the quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals, yeah.
In Masaka, 96.
Yeah.
Then it comes 97 to take the gold.
Trophy. Yeah.
So it means now the switching of the technical team gave in a hand. Likewise, Ngabo in 1990, 2000s, Ngabo Academy coming and winning the edition had Mbalala had developed super division clubs by then.
In Mbarara.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it means now they had picked up a leaf into the game, transferring that mediocrity from the joking to a serious entity. So I think now the moving of the games, the region is basically the central region had a top notch of it, because one, most of the games that the associations, the managements are centered into that region. Now it is a rare case for anybody who is looking for greener pasture to traverse and move out of the same region for the better.
Yes. Yeah. And USSA comes in, brings on board capacity building, and also brings on board some conditions that schools are supposed to have. And I always tell games teachers and school preparators to always bold relief, as we're saying, what is that unique thing that, because we've talked about a father who was a head teacher, was transferred to another school, right? He went with the technical, and also what he used to do in the school, the ideology, and he just carried it to where he went, and emerged as a champion. So, like, we need to copy, right? We are supposed to copy, just as the ideology, as we are going to see. I want us to have a discussion where a games teacher or a headmaster can also copy leaf. Then we see how best can we schools of this side, especially. But I believe,
I believe,
yes,
the best student in class,
yes,
has to be with the better teacher.
True.
And then a good management of everything.
Yes.
Now this don't you see, when you are moving to that line, it is good, better, best,
yes,
then excellent.
True.
So you can't cross from the bad and come into this.
Yeah.
So basically I think now all this has to run into one thing.
Yes.
And the trend is fine. Given the years that are from 87 to now, we are now 39 years down the road.
True.
Which I think anything that has to be done today, it has to be a better version.
You're right.
It has to be a better version than the previous versions. Because that is when I say from good, better, best, excellent. So we're on transition.
Yeah, we're on transition.
But we left the good, we left the better, are we moving to the best or to the excellent?
Yeah, and our target and our wish is at least we are supposed to have the excellent. It's a wish, right?
Literally, the word you've used is the best.
Yes.
Your wish.
The wish.
Because whatever you wish,
yes,
not the
one which is which you can get, or you can be disappointed, or you can be happy. So as the coach, for you, when we talk about sports development, talk about talent, so some of us are on the other side of saying we are games teachers, we are administrators, we are managers of the game, but
at that level
of school level,
no at your level,
at that level of school level there, as you say, very good, at that small level, so
off record, I had a chat with one of the top managers now, administrators now. That is Justice Mugisha.
Yes.
He says, I'm a man from Kanungu.
Deep down there.
Yeah. But right now I'm celebrating to be the president of Ussa.
Of Ussa.
President ISF.
ISF.
There are other things that...
yes.
There are other things
yeah,
that is going to be, that are being done to administer this. Because now the best is whoever comes in and makes to be a good student of it,
yes,
has to give better results.
True.
So now, all that ideology that you're driving me to, I believe, are we moving to a better or the best?
Yes, the question that now we are going to discuss, are we moving to the better or the best? Then maybe the excellent, but let's first talk about the better or the best. As a person, I personally, at least I've been in secondary school games for quite a number of years, and
you leave the figure.
Yes, quite a number. That's why I say quite a number. Yes. So now I'm seeing there is a transition.
Yeah,
I'm seeing we are heading to the best. One, I think the ideology where these people sat and they removed the post-primary Coca-Cola. By then it was Coca-Cola, right? And now they brought it to be managed by the administrators themselves of football.
Yeah, you see now, in some transitions, there are some missing scripts. But I believe they picked in their transition.
Yes.
From office A to office
A to B.
They carried most of the big files.
Yes.
But one file is missing.
Yes.
So I think the transition is fine.
Yeah.
We are here we are living on to that, because as I told you, we have to be giving in now the subscribers over the onlookers anticipating to have the best out of the reigning today.
Yeah.
Because generally, you see, when you rate them, there's a lot of good that has been done, and there is a lot of demand that is wanted to put it right.
Yeah.
Then too, I think I can credit that they've tried to copy to Xerox what others did. But now what we demand them is that adventure transition from that point we were to the next. Let's have a break.
Yes.
We come back to discuss over that.
Okay, please.
Tony, now it comes to be that we are seeing a transition from the in-depth of it all.
Yeah.
As we said, from the initial start to now where we are.
Yeah.
My wish would be one. Are we seeing the better, good, best, and excellent? I will not be so scared much because these are traditional teachers, better managers, I think, in the making, who have given it down at all levels. So I believe they have still the creativity inbuilt into them to give us a better version than what we had into the Ngola.
Yeah.
One being that the geographical location, I think I have to go for that. But then there are some natural calamities that I feel we are facing into the games. Then too, we find that the recreational facilities we are using still, these are damning and wanting into, basically these are uncalled for versions, but still that is where I have to go.
True.
So the grounds, obviously, we don't have to do much about it, but only what I was happy about was the pre-tournament organization from the USSA.
True.
It was for the first time the best way.
Yeah.
One, because they gave out a hand brochure for that, a booklet that had everything that we thought can encompass the tournament for the smooth running of the tournament. However much, a few scenarios happened because what you can't account for was the middle brackets when teams Jipra was crashing out because of thought they are unfavored, but yet remember one of their own is part of the decision making. So I think now discipline wise it has to be that the call previous has been from the ministry, from the commissioner, the teachers have to be part and partial into setting up of these games. So I don't think however much we are moving to another big level that we still ought to empower and deploy people that are coming out from another family to this family. So I think the best people have to be handling this have to be internally there. So when you're saying the capacity building, that will give us a better and a good notch into all this running if we consult and find it basic for us to move that way.
Yeah. You have given a very good insight, like a summary of what happened in Ngora. One, we have to credit USSA and this idea of capacity building. The time we're having training at Ngora High, at Ngora for the referees, they picked one of the staff to go and be trained in stadium management. By then, they were preparing to host the nationals. So it means the person, when we talk about infrastructure, all those pitches, they had already trained the person who was in charge of that. And as you're saying, there are good things that happen, but always there is also one ugly scene, and people always want to highlight the ugly scene that because football is an emotional game, or a sport, any sport is emotional, and that idea that thing that happened between it was between St. Mary's Kitende and Jipra semi-finals. I think all odds were on the side of Jipra. The crowd, I think, was on the side of Jipra. Us as games teachers, we are always told we are the first contact people. Like just how they give a coach on the touchline a card, because they say a coach is the one who is in charge of what? For the technical bench, right? So they always say us as the games teachers, we are the ones who are in charge. So I think he overreacted. And as you're saying, the punishment was given. One of their own is part of the decision makers at the highest level of JIPRA, the highest level of USSA. So I think it was for the good of the game. And how I wish that we understood that anything that is done is in favor of the game, because at the end of the day, the sport has to win. It is the game that always wins.
Yeah, Brenda, now it comes to that, okay, you give it that version, that is literally, in literature, that is the right word, or the verb to use, that the game has won. You see, as you come into the history, because I told you, from 87 to now, it is now 39 years.
39 years down the road.
So I believe we are yet to see the best of it, and I think this in my wish would be this is the right moment that we're going to be seeing the best version into these games. One, I've been part of a lot of changes and transitions of this game from the lower, because I believe I'm one of the kids of the game. I've been part of it at all corners, played
as a player, as an administrator,
as a coach, so as a steward, as a journalist. So I think I've done a lot of things. I've done into the sport. I've been around near to the beautiful game.
That's very good.
One. Now look at into this because now when you embrace and look into the depth of it all, these games are started way back, as I told you, by Uganda Television, UTV. That is now UBC. But initially it was Uganda Television that gave in that CSR corporate. That when Kakawasi, Alex Samara and the few approached them through Opoka. They got a chance that Opoka is not the late. Most of them, except from Kawasi, have died, have gone. But I think they left a legacy, and the trend that is trending behind it all. So those people are credited. One, they had that vision and then reached into them to give out a tournament that can encompass and bring kids in school together before the clubs. Because by that time the game was at prestigious level. When you talk about KCC, all people walk to KCC. When you talk about Express people walk to that. In Ginger, if you talk about Nile, people walk up to that. So there are teams that are upcountry teams we are still striving and moving on. So these people came up with that ideology. If we can have school football, then it means how we are going to be embedding young talents into this and developing for the better. Which I think right now has done a lot. 87, 90% of their vision is, I think we are investigating that. We are looking at that. So the transition from UTV, NPP, because after UTV, UTV says 92, we can't move on again. We have
the contract ended.
No, financially scrapped. So they left it out. 1992, it was in Kampala. So 92 in Kampala, 91 in Kampala, 92 it goes to Mbarata, the Western. Now that is where NPP, the National Post Primary schools, they form up a committee that is going to be heading the games. The 92. We under NPP 93, under NPP 94, under NPP 95, under NPP 96. Coca-Cola
comes in.
Kennedy Mutenyo.
He
comes and rebrands. That was the Ofono period. He rebrands the edition. It is now Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola runs for that is from 96 to I think 2006 in Masindi. That is Coca-Cola. Then from there it is Coca-Cola. So from the Coca-Cola to the Copa. Initially Coca-Cola was a central bottling company in Uganda. Only Uganda. Now after the Mutenyo cries with the bosses, finally the Atalanta basic team admits that there is something down on the ground. So they are coming in makes it copper bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger.
And now for Africa, that from 2006 to 2010, we're having teams traveling South Africa. The best team here qualifies South Africa.
Yeah.
And then I think around there, Kennedy Mtenyu is struck, and financially still the company cannot move on well. I see they had a extra acquisition of the bottling company, that is a water company. So things changed there. And I think now that's when we want to start to having a team moving to Kenya. A team select goes to Kenya. So all that reign there gave in a notch of crediting the athletes. You do it better. You are given a chance to the national team, to the team select, to various issues. So I think that exposure, because we had a team moving to Brazil, 2008. So I think Chisoluaga, Avaboni, various.
When this side we had Magom,
that is 1990, that year.
2000.
Magom traveling to that team.
To Brazil.
So that was now the best of the Copa.
True.
From that Copa period, we transited to the East African edition. Then I think to 2019 in Ginger. That is when Coca-Cola found it unhealthy because the slumbering was too much. All hands were facing the cake. Before we pray, people are grabbing the cake. So I think Coca-Cola professionally that leave it. So remember, because under them there was a fresh direct.
There was fresh direct.
Fresh direct games.
Who was coming
embedded into that. But still with the same interest of
taking over.
So I thought the hands pushed them off the cake. Coca-Cola. But I think we missed something out of them. But given the breadth of that, the people behind it were teachers, and they knew what is required for the schools.
True.
They came up with that USSA, which I think initially, right now, is a good move to cover an umbrella that we can match into. You see, an umbrella, they are basically, if you're on the side, you're on the side, you don't enjoy
the shade.
But when you're in the middle,
inside,
you enjoy the umbrella.
Yes, just as you said, they were teachers, number one. Then two, they are the stakeholders of the game. They are the owners of the game. They are funding the game.
They are stakeholders.
Yes.
Not funding, not owners.
I think we are also saying stakeholders. The stakeholders, the immediate biggest stakeholders in the game. So because if you talk about Justus, let's give an example. Talk about Justus Mugisha.
But he has been a kid of the block.
He has
been a kid of
he has been there.
So I think whatever goes right, he deserves to do it right.
Right.
And whatever goes wrong,
he has to own.
He owns it.
Yes.
Because we expect him to do the best.
Because he has been there.
Yeah.
He has been
there. He has learned it. Because you see now, that's what I was telling you. If he's learning, he has to learn from letter A to Z. But if he skips some letters and says sorry for that, it means we owe him.
True.
So that's why I'm telling you. And my call will be, I expect to see the best this time around.
Yes, and the signs are very clear as in my perspective. The signs are very clear as we're expecting the best. The modifications that always come, the modifications. Previously, we have been suffering. We to suffer.
We have been suffering. You've been suffering.
Yes. Photo albums, right? That.
Yeah, but before that, we had licenses.
We had licenses before that.
Yeah, in Coca-Cola.
In Coca-Cola.
So in NPP.
In NPP.
And UTV.
And yes.
Then we had Coca-Cola. We had licenses.
Then too, mobility of the player. Like you're having a player in training, right? You brought him tomorrow at the games, but surprisingly, he'll see. You know, there are players by that time. But
Brenda, you own the badge. You don't own the 13.
No, yes, I'm just giving that example.
Yes, you only own the badge.
The badge, yes.
Your badge.
Yeah.
Not the 13.
Not the 13.
Yeah.
So but now, the modification that has come, I think I also own
that is limitation, not a modification.
Yes.
Those are limitations.
The limitations that have come. I own a player. If
I
have my system, that you as Nimrod of school B, you want my player, you have to request me. Previously, we're not requesting. Previously, we were snatching.
I'll give you a scenario.
Yes.
One, a real scenario. I was part of a Colossus 1994. A Colossus was playing a tournament in Kampala. It is called the Independence Cup.
Independence Cup for schools.
That is late into the year. third academic term. Coalescence comes to a climax that they're supposed to be playing. Coalescence had won a UN Cup. There was a UN Cup that is given to big schools, around Kampala on the UN Day.
Yes.
That those 4 teams come and play at the round of 4.
Yes.
Then to qualify for the finals, where the UN ambassador will come and grace the finals in Nachivubo.
Wow.
That was another big edition.
It was
played in schools.
Big edition, yeah.
Now, a moment comes in, we had just a fortnight back played the UN edition, and Ali Semialo was the MVP of the edition. Now it comes to the independence kickoff.
Yes.
Coalescence starts it out with the Chibuli. Chibuli had lost the UN Cup to Coalescence.
Yes.
Now it comes into after a fortnight.
They meet
to restart again for a foundation of playing a knockout league in Kampala. Now Chibuli has got a beef. We have to beat Coalescence. How do we do that? They had to travel Mirundi and Badru Sentongo.
Yes.
Had to go and win search for where Semialo Ali,
the best player for
Coalescence, and tap into him.
Yes.
The promise was something between them, the two. But finally, Semialo agrees to join Chibuli SS. Wow. Now, by the virtue of all things are moving on. Remember, he's a prodigy in Coalescence. He's a student to watch. Now Chibuli jumps in bed with Semialo. Semialo trains to the last day. Coalescence training from midday, from 10 to around 1. Because most of the players were supposed to be going for the club games. Now it happens to be that Semialo trained with Coalescence in the morning, trained with Bell in the afternoon. Then after training with Bell, a supervision club by then.
Yes.
Chibuli picks him in Lugogo, takes him to Chibuli.
Yes.
Now on the fateful day, Coalescence playing Chibuli in Nachivubo, at the kickstart of the Independence Cup.
They see him versing
Chibuli. The team captain Coalescence goes to check into the dressing rooms of Chibuli
and finds the player there.
There comes and tells us, "Do you know what is there?" Ali Semialo is shirt number 13 there. So it is they are enforcing their wishes to be the best. So whoever is wishing to be the best has to do whatever it takes to be the best.
Yes.
So you only own the badge.
You own the badge.
So but as finally Semialo goes for Chibuli.
And did they win?
They win the game.
Yeah.
I remember they won the game. We come back. No, we drew. The opening game could not give results.
Okay.
It was just a flag off.
Yeah.
So when you play, then you go back to your division Z and play.
Yeah.
So we drew, then go back and play. But finally we have to meet into the finals, where Lubidi beat Chibuli with the Gibe Kalori scoring a dead brace to give the trophy to Lubidi.
To Lubidi, yes.
That year, I remember that year.
So we're talking about from. Are we going to bet?
Yeah, what you're saying now.
Yes.
The procedure that you're using. I was calling it limitation.
Yeah.
You are saying it is a better move for that.
Yes.
That you own the players, you have the portal, what,
yes.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Until this era now, that is where we are moving. But at this era still, if it is, there is what we call the TMS program for player transfers.
Yes, TMS.
Worldwide.
Yes.
A player can leave Mbali Heroes to Inter Milan.
Yeah.
The world knows about that.
Yes.
So now here still it is scanty. But if the players are crossing from school A to school B without the notes of a few people. Because
it's between two parties, the school which is acquiring and the leasing school.
Yeah.
So I think the avenues, but of course, we have those avenues where USSA releases a list of players that have transferred. Then also it is upon the owners of the acquiring institution to have their sources of
but
informing the public.
In Africa, if you want to keep a secret, just put a writing. Only that. So whatever you're talking about, they put up a write-up what, but very few people
will go and read up
that.
Yeah, it's just a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge that we need to grace that.
Yes, then,
but still it doesn't limit us from moving where we have to move.
Yeah, true. Then we're talking about the better version. Now, I think the incidents that happened in Ngora, for me, to my own understanding, it also opened the eyes of the of the
organizers.
Of course, you have to ask the question, big question: what was the root cause? If it's about officiation, how best can we try to improve?
But you see now, that is now. You see now, we are talking about that very same game.
Yes.
Previously, it was the beautiful game. Brazil called it the beautiful game.
The beautiful game.
But when they lost to Germany, they didn't call it the beautiful game again. There's another version now in this game. Now, that scenario that happened in Ngola has been overshadowed by the Nations Cup.
True.
So that means now, if you're talking about the officiation,
yes,
let's not come to that, because that is now a tradition.
Yes, because now I was talking about, I was giving it.
What I would like for you
yes,
would be a venues that are giving us the right way to go. Because
the right way to go.
Remember my words, I said, I am very sure from good, that is Kawasi.
Yes.
Better, that is Mutenyo. Best, Kakemu,
Bwire. Yeah, Bwire.
From Bwire, are we moving to the best or to the excellent?
To USSA. We expect the best.
Because now Bwire,
yes.
If you are start better,
yes,
I expect USSA coming for the best or excellent.
Yes.
But if they come for the good, then you're going back to Kawasi.
Yes, and my submissions are
your wish.
My submissions are my wishes.
And
the wish, how I wish. Of course, we talk about how I wish this happens. If they were to do this, one, this is what I'm putting on, that capacity building, right? It can be a plus, but we are yet to see the fruits, right?
What limits them?
Good. If the fruits come, it's the excellent version of the sport we are of the competitions. If you're saying that schools are sending young people, the young students, right, that do not have a lot of attachment, because you look at the referees, some of them were OBs and OGs. We try to hear all those stories, and what the aggressors we are seeing in Uganda Premier League, in the big league, in these regional competitions, were being transferred to our competitions of USSA.
Basically on the regions.
At regional level, right? At regional level. Yes, at regional level.
Brenda,
yes.
This is now USSA is international.
Yes.
It is national.
It is, yes.
And this is where I remember it is the only way to go. But it is the adjacent move that we need to get from step one to step two. So I think what they are doing, I credit whatever they do.
Yes.
The percentage is only one thing, but what they are doing is the right way to go.
It's the right way to go.
It's only the percentage,
Yes.
Because you see, now in the percentage, you say we are scoring at 37%. Our next wish is to score 47%.
Yeah, and the wish is 47, which is again below average, right?
Yeah, but
that is a step.
You are moving on.
Yeah, you're moving on. Yes.
Because previously, in fact, it is the elite games that were in Ginger, 2024.
Yes.
2023. 23.
Yes.
That's when I saw a center referee, a set of referees, all school class going students officiating the game.
Yes.
Which I think was a very good kickstart.
It's a plus.
A plus.
Yes.
So my call would be, if I look at that, and obviously the commissioners, Mr. Gesa and the rest, that team, Brian Miro, Mashud Sali, there are various respectable figures into that. That we look to them, that they stick to that pillar and move on that way.
Yes.
I know we are moving on the right track to find the best out of it all. But you see, as we're talking about that central point of the officiation, what BS told me was that 1 month back, weeks back, at the Nations Cup, such brothers, I think, when Corina looks at them, I think it deserves to give it out. But then Corina says, recently Corina said, I still lived into the game. I still live to the game. And I believe I will do better onto the game. It means he's still sticking to as the chairman of the officiating of the referees in the world. But then there are many challenges that are below him that he need to rectify for the better. Now back to our school's setup.
And on that point, how I wish these young people don't copy what happened.
Were they not on the set?
They saw. But now, how I was like, I'm wishing, how I wish they now don't also copy.
Back, can they forget?
They can't.
So?
But it's not about like copying. You see, it happened. And just imagine.
I believe that, Brenda, I believe one thing.
Yeah.
If you don't want the word copy, then don't Xerox.
You're right.
Don't copycat. So my mind could be not to copycat.
Yeah.
But the copying, I think there are some goods and bads.
I'm talking about that ugly scene.
Which ugly scene?
That one of where you to get there.
Yeah, but still now, if the judge says, I'll give you the verdict tomorrow, do you keep in the court? In the courtroom?
No, you can't.
So you
have to leave.
You leave.
Yes.
That's what they did.
Yeah.
Let's go for the break, then come back for a bit. Brenda, we are moving on, and we are saying, I was telling you, don't forget everything that you've gone through, but only have to come up with ideologies and many other things turbulently that are going to be moving on for the better. Now, well, it comes right now, 2026.
True.
And now, 2026 is when the verdict has been that Wakiso, I call it Wakiso because that is what famously they need to use.
Yeah.
Wakiso has won it, bounced back and won it.
Yeah.
So, are we going to see a revived, rebranded, or a new episode of the games this time in Lira, in Lango? Because I remember Lango, the last version we had in Lango for the USS games, 1994, and Ruby SS won the edition by Rebecca Senaulia Stripe. Rebecca Senaulia had a long-running man shoot. That Scotia that won the edition, 94, but that is now history to tell.
Yeah.
So, but that version, I remember, it was one of the derbiest games tournament where fans could even encroach on the ground, scare the players. I mean, a lot of things verdicted into that, but that is now to go. What do you expect into regionally? I'm told the Eastern region, basically from the Nile to the Northeast. We are struggling.
Yeah.
The struggle is too much because one Jipla, a former formidable side to come and contest it. Jinja SS, they are sweeping down. A previous in Umali High School, Nkoma SS, Mbale SS, Progressive, are also struggling into that Eastern region. Dopa is no more again about it. Then you find to identify other teams like Iganga High School, Iganga Parents are still down. Bukoyo SS, that is the name to remember. So the various schools are the Eastern region. Then Northeast comes in, bounces back with another blunt and sharp way to go. One, the talk is Bukedia Comprehensive, which has got the East African champions.
Yeah, the East African.
I remember dethroning Amos College School, also the
former East African
champions of the same region. So now, do we bet that the two teams, strongholds, Amos College School and Bukedia Comprehensive, are coming to challenge the version where Wakiso is having it? Or do we still have to take it from the editor's note that there is Chitende, Budo, Zana to remember as you are competing?
Yes.
You cross the line and say, this time now around there is Nkoma, Bale Progressive, the St. Mary's from Bale. Can we expect anything like that? Or we go with all detail of the day?
Yes, luckily enough, we have representatives. Because when we talk about Northeast and Bogiso, then also Busoga.
The version has been Wakiso. Then Northeast. Then Eastern. What do we take into this? Then the Western.
Yes.
I can't
the Western there.
Once the trophy went there, Ngawa Academy is no more to talk about. And then Masaka has always been a podium team challenging, but their winning doesn't come occasionally. So I think the regions that are giving us a threat into this scourge of fighting for the cake, Wakiso comes up Eastern. Do we take the Northeastern?
We have to take the
Northern region.
Because
now the hosts, that is Lango, is Northeast.
Yes.
So Northern now.
Yes. Two defending champions. 2023, 2024, 2025 from the same region, East Africa, at the highest level. That is Amosi being dethroned by Bukedia Comprehensive. It sends a message. Sends a message that they are well prepared. And football success or success in sports does not just come as a miracle. It's worked for. It's worked for in terms of how prepared you are, player recruitment, you have the infrastructure, how is the system. Because when you look at these two schools, I think they were good students of the central schools. Because like if you want to win them, what is that they are doing that I don't do? I think Ussa and Bukedia Comprehensive, they studied what the central schools were doing. If, for example, we're talking about better fields, this is the first of its kind. If it's a stadium, if Kitende is beating schools because of facilities, Ussa can put up a facility, Bukedia Comprehensive put up a facility. If it's about having coaches, good coaches, national-wise, the Nimrod I'm seated with here would not be here if it wasn't Ussa, right? Scouting better players, better coaches who can identify very good talent. The same applies to Bukedia Comprehensive. So infrastructure is very key. We are having schools, for example, in the Bugisu region, very good, like in Koma, we want to compete, but there's no infrastructure. Infrastructure is very key in any sports development.
So don't you think that you are killing the trend of the game that if you don't have what is required and you still brand yourself to be part of you're an imposter now.
You are. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
So it means now nothing much do you expect out of that region, because until you get such
those facilities, right? If it's about hiring, hire place. If it's about, because I'm giving an example. If we're talking about what is that they are doing and that is making us lag behind. All those things we're talking about, you can have very good players, you can scout very good players, but where are you going to be training them from, right? If, for example, these players come here, and the reason why Ussa now here, this field, I don't remember the times I've watched games here. I don't remember the games I've watched. I don't remember seeing these young boys losing a game from here.
Right? They're not designed to lose.
They're not designed. You see that?
Yeah, so
they're not designed to lose.
What I'm saying, the one thing that I'm noting right now,
yes,
is what you say the components have to be at least with the percentage that you achieve.
Yes.
Infrastructure.
Then
the technical.
The tactical.
That obviously now
very key.
Very key.
Very key.
So now do we rule out Nabumali High School? Do we rule out? But Nabumali 2 years back is a
Nabumali 2 years back. Yes.
UTV. Sorry.
FUFA
TV. Holder.
Yeah,
now,
what
I'm saying,
what
do we have to do right to have the better version?
Yeah, what we have to do right to have the better version is like we are supposed to avoid, especially the organizers. There is what we call conflict of interest.
Yeah,
I will just term it like that. Conflict of interest is if it is Justice Mugisha. Who is seated at the highest office.
But he has never come to the goal.
Yes, he has never come. But right, if you're talking about...
He won the gold in the underage.
Yes, he won the gold in the underage, right?
Yeah.
Yes. There are schools. Do you know the reason why St. Mary's Kitende will come, play its game?
But the labor.
I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Yes, they invest. But I'm giving an example. If we are seeing the St. Mary's Kitende being bullied by all the supporters, the villagers around, there's something wrong.
What is that?
There's something wrong. If we're talking about that player, it's about documentation. We still have the challenge of documentation.
Who does that?
The school does that.
No, the primary schools do that.
Yeah.
And Brenda,
yes, the primary school does that.
Now, that's
but there is
what I'm saying now. I suspect that right now the CEO for the USSA has moved a step one to creating the UPP SAA.
Yes.
That primary school. That version of the primary schools.
Of the primary schools.
If they are going to concurrently come with USSA, I believe 2 years to come, we shall have the best out of it. But you see now, that issue as you are vindicating of the documentation that is done at the primary schools, where USSA has no hand. And remember, a school like, let's assume now, Amos College School, Bukedia Comprehensive, St. Mary's Kitende, don't engage into the creation of the athletes. They only scout and find the athletes.
Yes. They came from somewhere
to here. So the only way is rectifying that place.
It's down.
Where USSA is moving down to find the Uganda the primary
UPPSA,
being active from zones, regions to their national body. where you find Mwambale.
Yes, yeah.
So now all these investigate together. I see there's some light in the tunnel. But that light in the tunnel right now, my focus will be: are we going to have a better version for this?
Yes.
That is the only answer that I wanted.
To now, let me give a perspective. Like, I'm a fan in Lira who got news that Lira Town College is going to host games, right? The excitement, I can have excitement because for me who watched the games here in Ingora, the PPA of this time around, you see young boys, very many teams have prepared, they are giving excellent players. I just don't know because of is it about the coaches we have built on board? Because you really see that the quality of the games, the competition is high. Right now you watch a match of USSA and you enjoy. You watch the game and you enjoy.
You missed him. College is playing Chibuti, there is no Super Division League game to be played in Achivubo.
Yes.
Our days.
Your days.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? What I was saying that those days and these days, all records are sent.
Yes.
But the trend setting is different. But I tell you, the Super Division previous years and this years, you'll find that there are less players today playing in the Super League in the schools category.
Yeah.
But a decade back, the biggest half of the percentage, 50% of the players
Premier League, they were playing in the schools.
We are playing the schools.
Yeah.
So it is now transcending from the complex.
Yeah.
That's the light to the complex. So in the pyramid, there are scenarios when from the bottom you go higher.
Yes.
Now there are scenarios that we think of that moment. Can we keep it constant? That we don't lose a lot of ethical things into the game. Well, now I'll do and think if you're going to be having better games in Lira Town College in Lango, what do we have to do? What has to be done?
Yes.
And how do you achieve that goal into that?
Okay. If you compare the previous tournament that was last hosted there, we talk about the security wise.
Yeah,
remember?
1994.
Yes, the security was not up to date.
Yeah, but that was now 1994. That was National Post Primary Schools.
The National Post Primary Schools about the security. I also wish this time round communication should be up to date.
Yeah.
The technical committee should remember that challenge we had between St. Mary's Kitende and Jipra, that there was a communication which was made in a meeting. In the meeting,
that meeting is
and the one party did not go to attend the meeting.
Brenda,
yes.
Brenda, that is where you have to deploy the right people at the right time.
Very good.
Now, if that is not a mistake for USSA, if they call the meeting, people attending the meeting should be those people investigated to be the right people attending the meeting.
Okay.
Who can transfer the information from here to the right point. So that blame doesn't come to USSA. I still stick to that. USSA have got the right channel to move on into that. But my query would be one: how do you object into supervision of the transferring of the information?
Yes,
that is my concern only.
Yes.
Then two, whatever you're saying now, we are upgrading. Right now, the era today, we must be moving on to another level.
Yes. My
preparation would be one, just as Mugisha happens to be an ISF commissioner.
Yes.
In all the games. Likewise, we just CEO. All these body people have got the potential to create and organize internationally recognized games.
True.
So why do we fail of ourselves
down here,
down table?
Yes.
Down here.
Yes.
That would be my only query. That you have to be giving, vindicating, and giving me the directions that you have to go.
Yes.
One, the best if you can go, USSA is going to move to Lira, to Lango College, to Lango. It has a region. What do we see in Bukedea, in Teso? What do we see in Mbale, in Bogisu? What do we see in Bukedi, in Palisa? All these combining together are giving us the version that will be in Lira. So basically, I don't think that USSA are going to be Gamba holy messengers or messiahs.
Yeah, they will not. They will not.
A version. So it is us to the grassroots. They will not. What do we do on the grassroots for the better version too?
Basing on the representatives first of all. Wisdom. SS. Right. The three mentor. There was mentor and Lira Town College. Their performance.
But obviously now I do count that they are coming back into this edition because the challenge that they are having and the competition on the ground, all teams are competing to have that chance.
That their
vans, their
home,
or their lorries
are
driving to
the arena,
the Lango College.
The Lango College.
So it means now you can't even guarantee at a most college school, Mbale Progressive, Nkoma SS, Chibuli SS are bouncing back into this edition.
Yes, it is not automatic.
Yeah, so that
it's not automatic.
My call would be, what do we think has to be done to ensure that this year we add 64 teams in Ira? What is going to make news? 32 schools are coming back. Which are the schools not coming back? So Brenda, don't be sure that obviously 2 years to come, because Kampala is another surgical mobile theater. That if you enter there after without playing, you don't come out of it.
Yes.
Yeah. 2022 had to go High School Kawala. They put on silver in Arua, and to now they are nowhere to be seen. So Kampala is so surgical that if you don't attend to your patient, you may lose the patient. So now, what has to be done into the grassroots? That's my call from you, Brenda.
Yes. Now, as in your submission, it's about schools now.
Yeah.
It's about schools.
Yeah.
Before we even reach at
before
we even look at regional, it's about schools. The few schools I've watched. Even the other time when we're doing an interview here about let's say where we are now. We are having teams, we are having schools that have copied what many schools are doing. They have prepared schools, they have prepared players very early. Some of them even they reported earlier than their time, and they are camping in the various camps of their schools. I urge if we are going to get a better version than last year, schools that are supposed to improve in their squads. Recruiting very good players. If, for example, Ngora, you were the host last year. This year, we expect you to do better.
Okay.
You're going to ask how and why. You were a host. It means now, even our eyes are going to be on you.
Okay.
You got a chance of hosting and scouting players around. The reason why you're here is there a good player somewhere?
But you see,
from my squad.
Brenda, with all things that you're putting together, will give us that will reflect something behind us. I'll tell you, there are things that you've not heard of. There's something called Montuyela High School. Montuyela High School. That was a great school. Riaka Singa Che, Center for Education. Riaka Singa Che. That was another big center. But right now, these are not even table shakers into the party. Because Riaka Singache, that's where the commissioner, Mr. Lubagumi, is coming from. It fell down, but it's a big shot. As having picked him out there, it died. So I'm telling you that there are only some good schools like Coloreses. Alex Amala, leaving the table, things turned around. You can never talk about Coloreses. It's only Chibuli that is surviving into this era, fighting on. So, but I think now the ideology is down there. Let schools go back on the drawing board, do it right, plan it right, and do it right. Because now they are the conduits that you are going to use to find the better results on to the top.
I will ask a question and also give you an insight. When we're talking about Naumali High School, right? You even submitted that they were the champions of FUFA TV, FUFA Cup, FUFA TV Cup. And the question was, if they were the champions there, but the performance they put. So the question is, were they doing things right this side of the competition?
But you see now the reigning champions into those. I'll tell you one thing that Nabomali presented there. It was St. Mary's Chisubi won it first. Now Mali came second. So this time around, who took it?
This time around, FUFA Cup.
So fine. Now, so what I'm saying, it was in Laibi. What I'm saying now, the two champions, previous champions, didn't bounce back to compete for that. It has only been in USSA that you find Chibuli, Chitende, Budo opposing as big shots into this. Nkoma, Bugisu, you are perennial contenders.
Koma SS, Mbale Progressive,
name them.
Bugisu High School,
Sironko, name them.
Sironko,
those are perennial contenders.
They have been there.
They are party animals there.
Yeah, they have been there.
But they're grabbing on the cake.
They don't.
It is very far.
It's very far.
So now,
as you say,
now the message could be that what message do you have to pass to those people? That obviously, away from being the party contenders, let's come back and grab onto that cake because it is open. It's on the table now. It's on the podium. Yes,
Coach. I see the big point there. Human resource. Are we employing the rightful people?
Yeah, but obviously now, what I'm saying...
Are we employing the rightful people?
Yeah, it is, because now the preparation gives it all. We've got 100 plus qualified coaches into the country, and obviously registered with the federation, but now it is the mindset. If somebody can't leave Kampala to come and do some schedule work in Nabumali, why Nabumali can't they organize themselves to have that capacity, to the capacity building, and find the potential person to do that for them? One, you'll find that big schools like Invara High School, Vara Secondary School from Arua. It has taken some years without grabbing the coming the podium. But Kasasa Muslim School, yet to be mentioned about. Then you'll find schools like Buhove from Busia. And those are moving, fading out. You'll find Bishop Negri. They came back in Mora with an average expected play. But I think we need to stabilize and find what has to be done. The USSA has the potential, as the patronage or the stewards, to look behind and has to throw down the capacity sensitizing scenarios that will have to give them the better results they anticipate to have into this. So, but by the virtue of you talking about it, gracing it, obviously, I think I would predict that we are coming to Lango College this year, 2026, to see the same version. But remember now, like last year, 2025, the school that played into St. Joseph's College in Katende, in Mpigi, in the elite games, already two schools are coming back, the finalists. Amos College School, and Jipra. Jipra who took it, Amos took the silver. The two schools are coming back into the elite.
In the elite,
in Janane. So now it means now we're having new faces in Janane. Now, my major verse will be, I'll have to walk to Janane to see who are the people representing the new entrance.
The new entrance
into this.
But
obviously, what I have in mind, as we're having the new entrance into the elite, we must have new entrants into the USSA championships. Now, I was asking you, who are the people that are going to miss the 2026 championships in Lango College?
Yes, for now, it's about the predictions that might come wrong or more might come right, because we are still preparing.
As you always predict,
the sports calendar. The sports calendar is yet to start, and
it is rolling now.
It's rolling.
It's rolling because now by December, the first week of December, it was done. So I think now we are rolling. So your prediction?
My prediction is, especially this side, I don't see a big change. We are. I predict seeing the same faces because I've moved around, and the preparation first of all,
we're having the old
version.
We're having
especially on the side of
old wine, new bottles.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Brenda.
You're welcome.
So we'll make it today and meet again.